You're listening to the audio version of the popular videocast Cocktails with Cav, found only on X. Follow us here on Spotify and on the X platform at Cav Literature.
How's everybody doing this evening? Episode 9. I am so excited. We have an incredible guest for you tonight. You're going to want to stick around, that's for sure. This is our last show before Christmas. My band and I, we have to go play music for 2 nights in the beautiful Boomtown Casino in Biloxi, Mississippi on the Gulf Coast. And now that's going to be a fun show. If you happen to be in beautiful Biloxi, Mississippi on the 22nd and 23rd, come to Boomtown Casino, come up to the stage and say hi to me. I'd love to see you, that's for sure. I'm being festive for Christmas, my favorite time of year. Well, I'm festive all year long. Who am I kidding? But I have the hat. So, Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to all my viewers and all my supporters out there that have been watching this show. We really appreciate you a tremendous amount, that's for sure. And please look, a little quick housekeeping. We keep the QR code up all show long. If you want to support the show, just the QR code will take you straight to buymeacoffee.com. Cheap cup of coffee is all it takes to support the show and help us to keep bringing you great indie authors, entertainers, and artists. We'd love for you to consider visiting. I can't even talk because of the alcohol, but we'd love to have you visit us at buymeacoffee.com and support the show. And look, if you really want to get crazy supporting the show, this QR code will take you straight to our merch page. We have all kinds of great stuff. What do we got for you here? We got, let's see, everything. Hats, coffee mugs, even t-shirts, even a leather-bound notebook for you authors and artists out there. I'll tell you what. And of course, the official Cocktails with Cav drinking glass. You can have a cocktail with us while we do the show. But really, our merch that's a lovely way to support the show and get you some great swag in the process. Well, enough of all of that. Look, let me get this hat off. It's making my head hot with all this alcohol. All right, look, please, ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome to the stage the incredible debut author, K.E. Jennings. Oh, K.E., I'm so glad you could join us tonight. I've been so excited to have you on, and you're coming to us live from Washington State, I understand.
Yes, Washington State. That's right.
Oh, great. Well, we're going to have a great Cocktails with Cav tonight. I've got my standby crayon and 7. How we're doing for tonight's conversation on your end?
Good. We're doing good.
Good. What you drinking over there?
I have cranberry sans anything in it, but I'm drinking with you in spirit. So
that works. Oh, great. Well, geez, no, I tell you, when we first met on X and started having conversations, you just been wonderful to talk to and having fun and just I'm really excited about your debut novel and I think it's just it's gonna be wonderful and but we like to get the readers out there and the viewers to get to know the creators, and especially as hard as indie authors struggle and do all that kind of work that comes with writing a book, But why don't you tell us a little about yourself? I know you got some great hobbies and all those kind of good things.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for having me on. I appreciate it.
My pleasure.
I live here in Washington. We're known for the rain, of course. It doesn't always rain, but it does a lot of the year. We have mountains and beaches and one of the highest gas prices in the country. So that's awesome as well.
Right. What's it up to out there by you on the West Coast there in the Northwest?
Last time I checked, it was like $4.40 a gallon. So it was in the $5 range, but it went down and now it's coming back up again. So
you made me swallow my drink wrong. I was we're down here where the tap valve is, and we were wanting to riot when it got over $3. So you guys have to be suffering a little bit.
Oh yeah, we just take it totally. We're just like, all right, you got to fill it up. So what are you gonna do?
Yeah, true. I mean, there's not much. You don't have much choice, that's for sure.
No.
But how's yeah, no, I think I read you did some hiking, or you like to hike too as well up there, because that's got to be beautiful country for sure.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Hike a lot, and try to get out as much as possible. It's just like the thing is getting there early enough because it's super crowded. So if you don't get up to the parking lot by, I don't know, like 8:30, it's full of people. There's so many people that actually go hiking. So yes, you have to go really early, but that's not a problem for me. I like to go like after people have already gone on the trail a little bit to scare some of the wildlife away, and then I'll go. So
have you ever had one of those fighting off the bears and cougars while you're hiking, or?
Oh my gosh, no. Well, I have heard sounds when I've been out, but I haven't seen anything. Just seen moose, which they're big, or elk. I'd rather elk. They're not the same thing, but
is it moose
and I've
or
seen
meese? No, I don't.
But I have seen tracks. I've seen bear poop, and I've seen bear paw prints out there, like hours out. So yeah, they're there. They're everywhere. But you don't really want to see one.
I do a little hiking myself. I know. I think I'm hitting the Appalachian Trail for a little bit come next year. But yeah, I guess you have your standard fare. Got your bear spray with you, and all that kind of.
Yes, yeah. Oh yeah. I carry bear spray everywhere. I have a canister in my car actually, because you just never know when someone's gonna be crazy. So
yeah, right. Yeah,
yeah, keep it in the car. It's better than mace, I think. So
yeah, I imagine it would be.
Yeah.
Oh well, that's.
But yeah.
Cool. So, and you do. I think you do surfing too. I was reading. I know we had conversed a little bit because I sail a lot down here. Here on the beautiful Gulf Coast. But yeah, you do some surfing up there too. How is that? I've always been interested in surfing.
It's awesome. It's different. So if you're scared of the ocean, then it's terrifying. But if you're not scared of the ocean, then it's pretty cool. It's cold though here, really really cold. So you can go out, maybe like half hour, 45 minutes before your face is just frozen, like bright red frozen. So you wear the gloves and the booties and the whole, everything. So that you don't freeze up. And that's actually my first surfboard behind me that I bought. So I display it because I don't use that one anymore. But yeah,
I pulled you up. I have to see it up close. But yeah.
Yeah.
So do you ever get sharks or any? How come everything you like to do for a hobby you need spray or no?
Right. I don't know. It's just I guess like. If you don't do outdoor stuff, then, you just be sitting inside all the time, at least here. So it's just something that I did. Plus, it's like relaxing. If you can get away from people, it's really relaxing. So
definitely.
Surfing's not so much relaxing up here for me personally because I fall off a lot, and it's kind of scary because the type of sharks we have are great whites, so you definitely don't want to think about that when you're in the water.
Yeah,
scary.
Definitely. We've also, I know. I've seen the movie, so I think that's what got everybody in when I was a kid. Jaws,
Yeah.
I decided to do something that you could stay on the boat, And I made sure
there
to
you
get
go.
I do. I made sure to get a bigger boat, like Quint said.
Yeah, bigger boat. I do fish though, but I fish from the shore. I don't fish from a boat. So, and that's fun to do.
Yeah. It's definitely getting to nature it gives you time to think as well. I'm sure, But and Yeah, I have to tell everybody in the audience that, I love having my fellow veterans on as well. And KE is a proud veteran of the U.S. Army like myself. And you had some really great service, and thank you for your service. I'll raise a glass to you and give you some cheers, But,
to you too. Thank you.
Yeah, that's it. But yeah, why don't you tell us about your service? I know you had quite a long little stint, didn't you?
Yeah, so I was in for 8 years and moved from here to Kansas, good old Fort Riley, Kansas, where they have tornadoes. And actually my first experience with one as an adult. So we were in the field and we were putting tents up, like the old school tents with the poles and everything that you have to put up. And we saw like clouds start to form. I don't know, maybe 3 to 5 miles away, and a tornado started coming down, and I was like, oh my God, like, what do we do? And they were all calm, like, oh, we'll see which direction it's going. Like, are you serious? Like, stay out here? Like, so.
I don't, well, if it comes this way, we'll see.
Yeah, like we're in Humvees, like we can't go that fast to get away from it. So that was pretty wild. But yeah, so that was a very interesting place to live when you're not from the Midwest, and then to just be like living there all of a sudden was quite different. But yeah,
I can believe.
And then
does it look like the movies represent it?
Yeah, Yeah, it's dark. Everything gets kind of still, and the air is just like hanging. And, well, at least it was that time. It wasn't raining. They can form in rain too, but yeah, it was wild. And then there's many more after that, but not ever while I was out, like standing in the open field where there's nothing and there's nowhere to go. That was the first time I experienced that.
Yeah, so. Tornadoes scare me. I mean, we have hurricanes, obviously. A lot, but we at least you have some warning, tornadoes. Yeah. And we've never really been a place with tornadoes, but for some reason the last 2 years we've had one, and they were both about 1.5 miles from my house, but
oh my gosh,
they were it was so odd. My son-in-law's mother's house, the way the tornadoes came, they jumped over the Mississippi River, basically, and into where I live, which is right abutted to almost the French Quarter, maybe a few miles. Mm-hmm. And it jumped the Mississippi River into our parish, what everyone else calls counties. But yeah, it basically hit her house twice, 2 years in a row.
Oh my gosh.
It jumped over because she lives right on the river, and we've never really had a lot of tornadoes, but it's just like that. And to stand on my front porch and watch them go across was, I get your fear,
Oh gosh. Yeah. It's quite, yeah. So that happened a bunch of times while I was there. And then I also got to come where you are. I got to go to JRTC in Louisiana.
Oh, really? Where'd you come?
At Fort Polk. We went there before, like you do 30-day rotation before you deploy. You can either go there or go to NTC at Fort Irwin in California. And I also went to Fort Irwin too, but Fort Polk was, it's not called Polk anymore. Is it?
No, I think they changed.
It's Johnson. It's Fort Johnson.
Yeah, they changed.
That's the name.
Fort Polk was a big Johnson before they changed their name, I think.
It was. And I also went there for 2 weeks once to go to an NCO school, which didn't make any sense. They bused us from Fort Riley like for 18 hours all the way down to Fort Polk. And then while I was there, that was the first time too that I ever did land nav, where they gave us a PowerPoint show about all the snakes and spiders that will kill you. Right. They did. And we're like, what? And then they're like, okay, we're going to let you bring your cell phone and you program our number into it. So if you get bit by pretty much anything, you call us. And we're like, what? It was like wild.
You get the PowerPoint with the gators and the...
Yes, yeah. Yeah, the black snakes and all these different types. And because it was like a swampy area that was off post is where they dropped us at. And we had to go alone and find all our points by ourselves. I'm like, with all of this stuff and swampy, oh my God. Yeah. So that was it.
It's definitely a special environment. That's the whole, the whole southern end of the States. We have our moment, but great fishing. We have the greatest fishing in the world. I'll give it that.
Yeah, they gave us quite the fish fry before we left as like a meal out in the field. So that was cool with crawdads and like everything. They had everything. So that was good. But so after that, I went to Iraq and I spent, it was supposed to be 12-month deployment during the surge time and everything with, I went with combat engineers. I wasn't a combat engineer, but I was assigned to them. And my boss and I traveled everywhere because we had to go visit everybody. So we traveled everywhere, and then we went on route clearance missions with them about 2 to 3 times every week. And then our deployment got extended to 15 months. So we were there forever. And we flew and got shot at, and IEDs went off on our vehicles.
Oh, sure. The route clearance missions were... you were in the thick of it, the most of it.
Oh yeah,
so they were horrible, right?
Oh yeah, you're going 10 miles an hour maybe, and you're just staring at the side of the road looking for something to blow up on you. So that's or you find it before it blows up if you were lucky. So it was like a 10 to 12 hours just sitting in a vehicle with a bunch of guys, and I was the only female, so it was just like it was quite interesting. And then after that I ended up in Germany, and then got out of the army after a couple years in Germany. So
awesome. Where were you in Germany? Yes, I spent some time in Stuttgart with the army as well. I
nice. Yeah, Germany was amazing. I was in Bamberg. It's closed now, but I was there before it closed. So and Bamberg was the only city that didn't get bombed in the war. So it was all old architecture, like everything old. And it actually, there's a cathedral there that says that they have one of the nails from Jesus's cross. I don't know if that's true.
Right. The relic.
They have it there. It's there, and it's like down these stairs, and then they have it like roped off, and it's like supposed to be is like, where did this come from? But so it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was fascinating to be in Europe. I mean, I like Germany because it was 2 hours from everywhere. It was you got to see a lot. So. But so you get out the army. What got you into writing? I mean, as you come home, and what made you decide to write?
Well, I didn't start writing till 2021, so just a couple years ago. I wanted to do it because my memory is absolutely shot. I have a horrible memory now since my deployment. I had a head injury while I was there twice, and it causes just issues with memory. So after reading about what I could do, it was like writing, journaling. They said writing, but so I started writing, and I started writing a book, and I realized that I really liked it. So I was gonna keep doing it, and then it turned into a full-length book. I wrote a couple different ones, but this particular one that I finally decided I'm gonna try to get something published and do something with it. That book was my funnest one to write. That I really liked a lot, enjoyed it. So
right. Well, I tell you, it's really, as a debut author, I think you did phenomenally. Getting picked up by Provoco in London, and
yes, yeah,
that is great. And I know we all the only ones left is. You got a thriller. Why don't you tell us a little? I know you can't say much because when's it due out?
It comes out towards the end of March, so pretty soon, a couple months. Yeah, I'm excited about it. It's it's a psychological thriller. So I started out knowing like what the beginning and the ending would be, but not really the middle. I kind of write like that and just let it form. I'll have some idea of what the middle is going to be, but it sort of just writes itself. So, and it's about a mom who wakes up, a young mom who wakes up and finds herself, her and her son, they're all alone. There's nobody else in the world. Everyone's just gone. And then it goes from there of what is happening. Without saying like too much about it, because I know I can't. I want to, but I know.
Well, I know there's a little media release is the publisher, the indie publisher's helping you gear up for the release, and yeah, that kind of apocalyptic event is intriguing to me anyway. Because I know the characters are. Something has to. What drove you to kind of create that scenario when you hit? Because like you say, every author's technique is different, but you had the beginning and the end. You know, what drove you to that apocalyptic scenario for the book?
You froze on my end.
Oh,
I
did
don't
I?
know.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I just
sorry. I was like, oh no, should I say something? I was like, should I say something? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. Okay.
Oh no, I just put you up. I was ignoring me. But yeah.
Oh, okay.
What drove you to that apocalyptic kind of scenario for your book?
I just, as I was like working through different genres with different other, I've written action, some other things, but thriller to me, I don't know if it's because life experience or whatever, but it just came like really, really naturally. I really liked it and it flowed so much faster for me. It was a lot faster for me to write. And I think that I am better at it, that I excel at that genre the best. So
right.
that's kind of, yeah, like where I'm seeing myself at is in the thriller genre, you could say, a little bit scary, a little bit psychological. And I also really like thriller movies. I don't know if all writers like to reference other authors or reference other things, but that's kind of what I like is thriller movies. I don't know if you've seen, everybody knows The Sixth Sense and the movie The Village. Do you ever see that one by M. Night Shyamalan, where you think that this girl's in some crazy village, but she's really just in a nature preserve at the end of the movie? It's like that kind of stuff, just like, it's just like, wow, that's crazy. I really like that. So I wanted to craft a story that was sort of similar like that, where you just don't know what's going on. And you don't want to stop reading it. So. Oh,
well, that's great. Yeah. So fast paced for sure is the way it's described. And I know from the media kit, she ends up finally discovering another person, for help in this situation, on social media, the way that the story is described. And what made you decide to go that route? Was that just contemporary or, given the fact that I find it fascinating that a lot of the times people feel like social media is more isolating. So I found it ironic, and actually intriguing that might be her way out, from isolationism.
Oh, yeah.
Reaching someone,
Yeah, absolutely. That kind of came about as I was writing it. It was like, okay, there's got to be a little twist to every story. And social media, to me, if I woke up and I didn't see any neighbors or everybody was gone, I'd probably look online and see what is happening. And then she notices that there's no news. Nobody's updating anything anywhere. It's just kind of everything stopped at a certain point in time. And there's just nothing else coming online after that. So I thought that was more realistic to, I guess, today's time, of what somebody would end up doing. So
X saves her in the book.
Yeah, right. Yes.
Yes, we're going to go with that. Well,
either that or gives her the doom, you know. That's the confirmation that she's doomed. Yeah.
oh, well, yeah, that's, well, I'll tell you what, the story definitely sounds intriguing. And I know, why don't you tell us a little bit too, how you know, as a debut author, that it's phenomenal. You got picked up by the indie publisher, and I know they're giving you some great support and getting ready for the launch in March. You know, how did you get hooked up with Pravako? To help other
I actually
authors
found
that might know, you know?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I found them on Instagram. They had an account on Instagram, and I know there's a lot of littler indie publishing houses on Instagram too. But I just thought I just looked at them. They were one of like 30 that I sent the book off to. And I thought, okay, I'll just give it a shot. And I thought it was cool that they're in London because everything I applied for is pretty much US based. So I thought, okay, they're probably not gonna, you know, say anything to me just like the other ones, but hey, you'll never know if you don't try. So I did, and they were the first ones that wrote me back, wanted me to send the rest of the manuscript to them. I did, and then I heard back with an offer, and I just about had a heart attack. I didn't think that was real, so I even wrote back as like, you know, okay, like this is unbelievable, you know, like, yeah, send it to it. Like, we like it. We love this book. It's great. So I can't say enough good things about Pravako. They're great. They work with you, and you have control over your story, which I've heard is not always the case with different publishers. So
definitely not always the case, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, so they let you retain your story, which is great, and have a great deal. And I'm excited to I'm working on a second book for them as well for later in the future. So
I'm
very excited.
Can we get a scoop on Cocktails and Cav? What's the book about? The new work in progress?
It is another thriller, so it's a completely different story, completely different plot, everything. But it's another one, just this with the same process that I used to write with. So
yeah, we're definitely got to promise to come back on the show when you're getting ready for that one as well. You know?
Oh yeah, I'd love to.
Oh, that's awesome. And well, I tell you what, KE, I am so happy, like I said, when you agreed to come on the show. I'm real excited for your novel debut, and hope you come back on the show when it does launch it and tell us all about how that's going for you, because that's, it's exciting, you know, and it sounds like a great story, you know.
Thank you so much. Yes, I'm very, very excited about it, and hopefully people will give it a look if you like it.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, ladies and gentlemen, really, again, Kay, thank you so much for coming on. I've enjoyed my cocktails with you and your cranberry.
Thank you.
On your end. You're like my grandmother. Let me see that cup. You probably snuck something in there. I don't know. But ladies and gentlemen, please follow KE on X, KE Jennings 3137. It's right there on the screen for you. Give her a follow as we all anticipate the release of her debut novel. If you want to check out her publisher, the whole show up above us, I don't think you can see it, KE, so I'm not just pointing to point.
Yeah.
But just above us, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to visit that QR code, it'll take you straight to Pravaco's website, where you can explore not only KE and keep up to date. I assume they have a newsletter?
Yes, they do. And I'll have a website or a web page soon. So
right, as they finish setting up all the marketing stuff. That's awesome. And so please reach out to me, and we'll definitely share away on X all your information when we can. But please, ladies and gentlemen, go check out Pravako and try to sign up maybe and keep up with her release date, because I know I'm excited about it. And of course, please, by all means, everybody, just keep in mind, the only ones left by the great K.E. Jennings, veteran, author, and just an overall wonderful person. And K.E., really, I know I've said it twice already, but I'll say it one more time. I really appreciate you taking the time to come on with us.
Thank you. I appreciate it, George.
Okay, well, we'll talk soon. Make sure you keep up with us now.
All right. Thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers.